Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Hope that all of you are fine and good. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is the functions of the cerebellum. In our previous video, we talked about the structure and different lobes of cerebellum, and today we are going to cover different functions of cerebellum. First of all, we have to know that there are some deep nuclei or the centers that are located deep within the matter or cortex of the cerebellum. And these centers actually act as the functional unit of the cerebellum. For example, we have dentate nucleus, we have fastigial nucleus, and we have interposed nucleus. Cerebellum is called a silent area of brain because it has no direct control in motor function, but it plays major role in timing and sequencing of activities, as well as rapid and smooth progression from one muscle movement to the next. It also controls the intensity of muscle contraction and also controls between agonist muscles and antagonist muscle groups. Before moving further, let's have a very brief introduction to the muscle physiology first. First, we are going to talk about the composition of muscles. Muscles are comprised of muscle tissues, and those tissues are comprised of muscle cells, or we call them muscle fibers. These muscle fibers further are composed of myofibrils, for example, thin actin and thick myosin filaments. Each muscle fiber consists of 1500 myosin filaments and 3000 actin filaments. These filaments slide over each other. That shows us muscle contraction or relaxation. These muscle cells have plasma membrane like other cells, and it's called sarcolemma. The length of each muscle fiber or cell is 10 to 80 millimeter. In skeletal muscles, each fiber extends up to the length of the muscle, and if we talk about neuronal stimulus, each fiber is innervated by a single nerve ending. Now we are going to talk about the mechanism how muscle contraction takes place. First of all, what happens? The action potential comes from a motor nerve that innervates the muscle fiber. The nerve secretes small amounts of acetylcholine, that's a neurotransmitter, at the neuronal ending. Acetylcholine gated channels are opened inside the muscle fiber. This results in influx of large quantities of sodium ions inside the muscle fiber. This causes local depolarization and leads to opening of voltage-gated sodium ion channels, which initiates action potential at membrane. This action potential travels along muscle fiber and depolarizes it. Here it causes sarcoplasmic reticulum to release calcium ions. When the calcium ions are released, this process initiates attractive forces between the actin and myosin filaments, causing them to slide alongside each other, which is the contractile process. After a fraction of a second, the calcium ions are pumped back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum by calcium membrane pump and remain stored in the reticulum until a new muscle action potential comes along. This removal of calcium ions from the myofibrils causes the muscle contraction to cease. Now we can easily understand how cerebellum actually controls the intensity of muscle contraction, as well as controls between agonist and antagonist muscle groups. Agonist muscles act as a switch that turns on the muscle contraction, and antagonist muscles turn off the muscle contraction. Cerebellum shows its major role during rapid muscular activity like running, typing, playing the piano, even talking. It helps cerebellar cortex to plan next sequential movements in advance. So, the primary role of cerebellum is the sequencing of motor activities in proper order and monitoring of activities to make corrective adjustments according to motor signals directed by cerebral cortex motor control areas. It also receives information from periphery or the body parts. Cerebellum compares the actual movements with the intended movements directed by the motor system. It also learns from mistakes. If the executed movement does not match with the intended movement, then it creates weaker or stronger muscle movement next time. So guys, if you find this video beneficial, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.